Are these the best Marvel Legends in years? I don't know, but are they the best looking Marvel Legends? They really might be. The face sculpts are wild. Let's open these up, check them out, and of course do some toy photography. So these two figures right here might be the best looking Marvel Legends figures I've seen. Okay, wait, hang on, back up for a sec. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, and they're not saying they're the best, but when I first saw these figures when they got revealed, that was probably the first time I ever said out loud to myself, like, holy crap, that looks really good for a Marvel Legends. Like, looking at this Daredevil, the face and his beard, his 5 o'clock shadow, all of it just looks so good, and so does, look at John Bernthal, look at Shane over here.
What is that?
But these figures, I think they're just like a representation of how far action figures have come. Yeah, you know, prices for Marvel Legends and things like that are constantly just increasing in general. And I'm not gonna say this is why, because they look better. No, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, action figures have come a long way. So let's hope that when we open these figures up, they're just as amazing as they look. I kind of have a feeling they will be, but we'll see. But anyway, these are Daredevil and Punisher from Daredevil Born Again. And I don't know about you, but this is definitely the best thing Marvel has done on Disney Plus, in my opinion. By far, this show was so freaking good. I was so impressed. Oh, man, I'm so excited. If you want to pick these figures up, head to the link I've got in the description. I've got a bunch of links down there. Anything you need, as many links as I can find will all be in the description, so you'll be able to pick these guys up. But I ended up finding both of these at Walmart on a toy hunt that I did recently. Actually, you'll be able to see it in the video I posted most recently on the channel, and I ended up getting a second Daredevil. I had 2 of him, so I want to give one of these Daredevils away. So if you want to win this Daredevil, I'm going to give it away in the video right now. All you got to do is just type in the comment section your favorite version of Daredevil, whether it be our boy Charlie Cox right here, or maybe the yellow version of Charlie Cox on She-Hulk, or the comic version. I don't know, just let me know your favorite version of Daredevil, and also comment your Instagram handle, email, whatever I can do to get a hold of you, and I'll randomly pick a winner, and I'll send it out a couple weeks or so, and I'll pin the comment at the top after the giveaway is over. So just comment that below, and that's all you gotta do. Don't forget your handle in there as well. So are there any other characters from this show, or at least from this new season of the show, that you think they'll make into action figures? I don't know. They'll probably do a Kingpin. I feel like that would make sense, but I don't know. Do you think we'll get maybe a Bullseye or Karen, any of those characters? I don't know, but at least we got these 2 figures, but I could totally see them doing a Kingpin. What do you think? All right, here's Mr. Castle and Mr. Murdoch. I think they're just about as awesome as I thought they were gonna be. They really do look and feel great. The proportions look good. They just like, it's crazy how far action figures have come. I already said that in this video, anyway. But there's a couple things that are not perfect. I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. So we've got the John Bernthal face, which looks honestly pretty remarkable. It looks so freaking good. It looks just like him. It really is Shane. Sorry, I love Walking Dead. But it's kind of funny how sad he looks. Like, the poor guy just is like, man, it took me this long to get an action figure made of me, Rick. he's really sad. Oh well, that doesn't matter. The face looks fine. Daredevil's face looks amazing. Another thing that's a complaint, I have 2 other complaints, and actually they're all with Punisher here. So the Punisher symbol on his chest is mostly kind of cut off. So if you see it like that, you can see it. A lot of the nose is up here if you do it up. So I feel like most of the symbol is like that, if you had him really leaning back like that. But, you know, just normal, I feel like a lot of the symbol is kind of cut off. It's a pretty subtle symbol on the chest anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But that is kind of weird. Like, you see the nose up there. Look at the nose. Look at those nostrils. Oh, well, not a big deal. What's actually surprising to me is the elbows. So the elbows have really great movement and all of that. But I think just because of the way his arms are just like cargo sleeve sculpt like this, you know, when you use the whole double jointed elbow, which is great, it looks a little weird. It looks kind of like a McFarlane elbow, and I love McFarlane, but that is kind of how their elbows look. You know, it just looks a little weird. I think that's mostly because of just the way he's got these baggy, wrinkly sleeves, and that's just how the sculpt works, and that's how it ended up coming out. Something I noticed. I think I got my big complaints out of the way. I think these 2 figures are freaking sweet. just the detail and everything along both of these figures, the texture, all of the sculpt in his clothing, both of their suits, they just look really freaking good. And I'm very impressed so far. Hasbro, they really are a company that seems to be growing. You know, they continue to just keep getting better and better. Not all companies, I think, are that way, to be honest, but Hasbro, I think they're proving that. They really, really are. So their accessories are actually pretty good. So Punisher's got a pistol, which he's got in his hand right now. It's a little bit of a different pistol because like the clip is a little longer, and you can see like the different clips that are also in his belt there. So it looks like it's, you know, he's pulling them out of his belt, putting them in the gun. That's, I think, really cool. He also comes with a little hatchet like this, and then he comes with a little knife that I have put in his little belt as well. So I love when you can put accessories on the figure. It just makes the figure itself feel more complete when I take it and I put it in there. And Daredevil comes with 2 hands. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to mention that Punisher comes with 2 hands, actually. A fist and then an open hand. They both have 2 holding hands and then a fist and a open hand, which is cool. I like that. We get a fist, an open hand, and 2 holding hands, especially when they get all these accessories. I would have even loved more another fist and another open hand, but hey, we'll take what we can get for the typical $25 whatever figure. But also, Daredevil comes with this right here. So he's got his little billy clubs, which can come apart like this, and here they are. They can also just be added right into his little pocket thingy right there, just like that. Another thing I like, he feels complete now. And then he comes with a rope thing that's plastic. I don't like this a whole lot. Maybe you can figure out better things to do with it, but it's not posable or anything, but you can do some kinds of different stuff with it. You can't do as much like with that Mafex Daredevil you could, but oh well, it is what it is. It comes with stuff, and I'm glad it does. Articulation on both of these guys is pretty good. It's not like a Spider-Man or anything. I definitely think it's gonna be better on Daredevil than on Punisher, just because Punisher's got a little more stuff going on, but you've got this crazy T-pose. You don't really have butterfly joints. You kinda almost do. You got these little thingies on the armpits, but no actual butterfly joints, which is a little disappointing. I wonder if that's because of just getting in the way of where the suit pieces are. And they both have the double neck, which is great. So you can get some good head movement going on. The crunch is okay. Actually, it's not that. You can get back a lot further. But Daredevil, you got a pretty decent amount of leg movement, double jointed knees, all of that stuff. I think you're gonna get pretty typical articulation. It's nothing wild and crazy, but it's pretty good. I think it's very, very good. The only thing with Punisher, however, is he's got almost the same amount of movement. He's just got a little bit more stuff on him that makes him a little bit more less free. So like this leg doesn't go up as far because of his little, you know, utility belt. Still got the double jointed knees, all of that stuff. And you're gonna be getting lots of good poses. There's a lot of opportunities for both of these guys with the stuff they come with just to get really good looking poses for sure. So these are Marvel Legends. So assuming they're 6-inch figures, but might as well check just to make sure, right? And they're a little over 6.45 inches or so. This is one of those times where I like to just, where action figures are cool. You know, you can put him together, and you can put him and him together, you know, and it can feel like, wow, cool, these guys are really all part of the same universe, you know, and I think that's so cool. And I mean, they are technically, right? And I think that's really cool. So here they are. These are all Marvel Legends. Captain America, we've got Toby, Hugh, and we've got Pedro. Sorry, Chris, I don't know why I didn't use your first name. So surprisingly enough, I don't own any other Punisher figures, and I only own one other Daredevil figure, and it's the one I just did a video on, the CT Toys bootleg. They all just happened at the same time. They look a little different. They're honestly, they're very different figures. Still cool to compare, I guess. What are we gonna give these two? Are we gonna give them a W or an L? I don't know. I don't see why they'd be anything but a W. I mean, I did give a couple reasons why I didn't think, well, a couple noticeable things about this, but those were really small critiques. Overall, I think these guys are really good. There's not a whole lot of crazy groundbreaking things happening here, except for just the way they look. The sculpt and paint is just really incredible. They look so freaking good. And I'm really happy with these. I think it's an easy W, to be honest. I know the pricing of Marvel Legends continues to go up, so that's kind of something to mention on every one of these videos. I don't know, Hasbro is proving that they continue to grow and make things better. They really do, and I think that's great. So big W for me. What do you think? Do you think these guys are great? Do you think they're mid, W or L, M? Let me know what you think. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet with these figures. I kind of want to use some fireworks. I haven't in a while, but I'm liking this pose. I feel like this right here is, I don't know, a good representation of their relationship. What are you doing, Red? Huh? Anyway, let's go take a photo with these guys. I can't wait to shoot them. Okay, well, here I am. I'm out in my favorite abandoned place that I go to. And as always, if you're in a place like this, be careful. Don't trespass. These aren't made for people to actually go in. That's why they're abandoned. So just be careful. Anyway, it's actually raining outside, and it's like really peaceful because I'm dry, but I'm like partially outside, and I can feel or I can hear the rain. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. And there was a freaking teddy bear over there that scared the crap out of me when I walked in. Some people are funny when they come to this place. But here is my setup. I've got Punisher and Daredevil fighting. Punisher's taking a shot at Daredevil. He's got the high ground. He's about to smack him with a billy club. It's just a pretty cool shot. And it's actually darker in here than it looks like. So in camera, it's pretty dark, but you know, with some settings and adjustments, it looks kind of like this. And so I took a test shot with my Lume Cube above like that, and it looks pretty cool. It looks good like that. And so I've got my settings right now for some action. It's at 500, which is pretty fast. Not crazy, but it's pretty fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kick around a little bit of dirt over here, just knock it around, just throw some stuff, maybe capture some of that. But I'm also gonna use some sparklers. So in my bag, I've got these long ones, which could make some cool little sparks around. And then these are just normal sparklers here. These are just normal sparklers. So I'm gonna use these to create a muzzle flash on Punisher's gun. And so all I'm gonna do is once the sprinkler is lit, just take a quick shot right there by the gun, right there. Not gonna melt it, just really quick. And I'm gonna Photoshop it, take everything out so it looks like he's shooting the gun. And that's gonna be cool. And it also will probably create a little bit of cool lighting around everything. And then these big ones kind of shoot out long sparks like that. So I'm just gonna kind of shoot some of them around and hopefully just get some cool looking sparks. So while taking a lot of shots with my handy little remote here, I'm gonna just combine all of these cool effects in Photoshop and hopefully they all work. We'll see. So in the post photo breakdown, I'll go over everything and we'll see how it all works out and hopefully it looks like a cool shot. So let's go take the shot. All right, let's do post photo breakdown. This is a good one. I'm excited because this is one that really requires a post photo breakdown because of all of the editing that I did. But this is the final product, and I think it looks good. I think I did an okay job of combining all of the elements. And I'm sure there'll be some complaints about this, like, oh, you were in such a cool, beautiful spot with all this graffiti and you didn't get any of it. And that's okay. My main thought was I want a photo that looks like this, and this abandoned spot will be the perfect place for that. So yeah, you can see a little bit of it in the background, and that's fine. I wasn't really worried about getting that in there, but if that is a complaint, that's valid. Totally, it's a cool spot, but I've done other ones with that in there, so I'm not worried about it. So this photo is a combination of a lot of shots. So this right here is kind of the one that I used for like the base canvas of the shot, and then I combined this photo to get the muzzle flash on Punisher. And then this photo, I got all of the jumpy particle debris here. This one has a lot of extra rim lighting on the top of Daredevil and on Punisher too. And then a couple more shots like this to get some smoke and a couple more sparks here and there to make this. So it's probably about 10 layers or so. A spark here, this there, here and there. And it's just a matter of combining, copying, and pasting things on top of one photo. That's all it is. I'm gonna take this, copy and paste. So I want all these sparks. Take that, copy, and then put it over here. Control Shift V, and then hit lighten, and then you've combined more. And so it's just basically that over and over and over again, but in different elements here. And I have a bunch of tutorials on it if you're interested, but I do think the final product came out pretty good. I lightened up Daredevil's eyes a little bit. I think the gunshot looks pretty legit, and you know, everyone's in focus on the focus line. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit dark, but either way, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts and give me some critiques as always, and let's just run the end of the video. So yeah, I really like these figures. Just the faces and the overall sculpt of the whole figure really is just so impressive. I'm really curious to hear what you think though, but if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Make sure to enter the giveaway. All the information is going to be in the pinned comment below too, by the way. But this photo, as always, is going to be posted up onto Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. If you want to follow my work on any of those platforms, it's all linked in the video description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, getting all the way to the end of the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.